Hello YouTube. Wait, should I put on my glasses? Oh no. Anyway, hello YouTube, my name is Harper and today I'm going to tell you about what happened to me yesterday. So, as you all know, I was in Europe for like the past 10 days and I had to come home yesterday. So y'all know Europe is far away and that means I gotta go through the airport and like fly on planes and shit. I'm gonna tell you where it all went wrong because I started out, got to my first flight on time, everything was cool. But it was kind of weird because I got on the flight, I paid for my seat, I wanted an aisle seat, so I paid for my seat in advance like a few weeks after I bought the plane ticket. Spent like $40 each, well it's like 19 bucks to book a seat in like the last half of the airplane, and I was like, you know what, fine, I just want a fucking aisle seat. So I booked an aisle seat, it was like the 3-4-3, I booked an aisle seat in the 4. And so I get on the plane, and there's like a group of 3 people already there, and then I start to put my stuff down under the seat in front of me, and the lady who's gonna sit next to me is like, hey, can I ask you a question? It's totally fine if you don't want to do it. And I was like, oh no, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, hey, would you mind switching your seat for a window seat so I can sit with my son? And I was like, half of me was like, oh, that would be really sweet of me to like offer my seat so that this woman can sit with her fucking son. Like that's, you know, morally something you should do. But then also I paid fucking 20 bucks to sit here. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, that's okay. And she was like, it's okay, it's okay. And I felt really bad, even though like I shouldn't have, because I was like, that I paid to fucking sit here. And if you want to sit with your son, you should have booked your seats a lot earlier. I don't know. But whatever. So I didn't take the, plus I don't like windows either. I'm claustrophobic as fuck, so I don't like sitting in the window unless it's a short flight. And I like to get up and like pee. And I don't like having to be like, hey, can all 5 of you get up so I can go pee and then sit back down and I come back and you gotta stand up. Like, I don't have time for that. So that was that. But I got off that flight, it was fine. I watched 4 movies. What did I watch? I watched Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which is, it literally made me cry. I cried on this fucking airplane so many times. So I cried at that. I watched Gone Girl, the movie's fucking crazy. I really do like that movie. It was fucked up. And then I watched Crazy Rich Asians. That movie's fucking good too. And then I watched Tag, that movie about the group of guys playing tag as like adults. The movie was good too. They were all good, all entertaining. And slept for like 20 minutes total because the flight was at like 10 in the morning, so I was not about to go to sleep for 8 hours. But anyway, so we land in Fort Lauderdale. It's fucking hot because I had a connection from London, Fort Lauderdale, then Fort Lauderdale, Chicago. And in between there I had like 3 hours or something, like 2.5 hours. So we get out and I forget, like I got so used to like passport control in Europe where you just like, it takes like 6 minutes like to get through like the whole thing. Fucking the United States acts as if it's so fucking special and it needs like, first you gotta sit in this fucking long ass line, whoo, and then you gotta like do this whole computer situation. You put your passport, take a fucking picture of you, it prints out a fucking receipt, and it takes forever. I was in that line for an hour. It took me like 2 seconds to do the passport thing. Then I had to get in another fucking line to go to customs. So like there's a lady there directing us and she's like, okay, go to line 1, go to line 1. So I'm in line 1 and like we're swerving around and then all of a sudden like, I'm out of the line and she's like, everyone go to line 3. And I'm like, I've been standing in line 1 for 10 fucking minutes and now I have to go to a different line. So I went to line 3, sat there for like 5 minutes, got through customs. So like that total amount of time I was there was like an hour, 20 minutes. So it's like 4 o'clock, my flight's at 5:55. So I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is just go to the gate. And then I forgot that when you leave customs, you exit the airport basically, so I had to go through security again. But the problem was, in order to get security, you need your boarding pass. I usually have a boarding pass on my phone because I have the American Airlines app, British Airways app, Apple Wallet, like whatever airline I'm flying, I'm getting the boarding pass on my phone. However, so I go, sit down outside of the gate entrance, and I pull up the British Airways app to check into my flight, and it's like, sorry, you can't. And I was like, okay. So I pull up the American Airlines app, and there's like, I can look at all my flight information, but I can't get the boarding pass on my phone. And I'm like, okay, so I have to go print it, I guess. So I've got like, what, an hour and a half to my flight. The terminal I was in, the way the Fort Lauderdale airport is like there's different checkpoints, I guess, for security. So like the first one is like, it's American Airlines and like Air Canada or something, and then there's security there. And then there's like a whole nother, you have to like go outside and go to the next one, and there's like JetBlue and blah, blah, blah. And there's like 7 of them. American Airlines, like I said, it was the first one. I was from the 6th one with Spirit, because that's where I guess it was Spirit and British and something else that was in that one. And I was trying to figure out, like, how the hell do I get to American? Because it says I'm in Terminal 3. I was in Terminal 3, I was like, well, where the hell is American Airlines? Like the kiosks and stuff. And so I'm like looking around, I'm like, where the hell do I go? And I'm like, do I have to go outside? Keep in mind, I'm wearing that fucking like green cardigan because it's bulky. I didn't have room to pack it. So I'm wearing fucking jeans and a thick ass cardigan in Florida in the summer. It's like 95 degrees outside. And I'm like, do I really have to walk outside to go print my fucking boarding pass? And lo and behold, I was pacing around, like trying to think, like, what should I do? What should I do? I kept trying to get on my phone. I'm like, I just don't want to go outside. So I called my mom, and she was like, ask someone at TSA. I called her because I was, why did I call her? I called her to tell her where I was actually, because she tried to call me when I was in customs, and there's no service in customs. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, you get your boarding pass? And I was like, no. So I told her the situation. She was like, go ask an agent. Ask an agent. He told me you have to walk outside. And I was like, that's what I fucking thought. So I walked outside in this blistering heat in a sweater. It was super fucking hot. I literally was sweating. My face was just like, the whole time I was pissed. I was pissed. I was not happy because I was stressed. I did not want to be going home to begin with. I was hot. I just wanted to, I had like an hour to my flight. I still had to go to security. I still wanted to eat. I hadn't eaten like all day. And I was just like, fucking kill me. So I finally get to the American Airlines. I go to the kiosk for my boarding pass. Then I go into the line for security. It's not that long, but we're taking long because in Florida, everybody, like whenever I'm in the airport, everyone's just slow as hell because they're like going home from vacation. So they're not in a rush. And like it happened when I was in Tampa too. Everybody was just fucking slow. I'm like, hurry the fuck up, I have places to go, bitch. But like, so we go through security. And so I'm like really mad right now. And I'm just mad because like I smell like shit because I was sweating on the plane, sweating at work, walking outside this fucking heat. I'm hungry as shit. My pill was supposed to be taken 2 hours ago. I still haven't taken my fucking pill because I don't have any water because I haven't been able to get inside of the fucking airport because I still have to go to security. Everyone in security is just being very slow and incompetent. So they've never been through airport security in their fucking lives. So anyway, so I go to get into like the little machine where you do this and it goes like whoop around you, that thing. And I've only gotten on that thing once because every time I have to go, they have to check my hair, and no matter what. I don't know why. They just always have to check my hair. It's always the back of my, I couldn't tell you why. So I go inside of there and stand there ready for the guy to do the thing. And he's like, actually, can you get out? I need a male, the next male in line can come. And I was like, sir, I was literally standing here. You can press the fucking button to switch it. It's a fucking touchscreen. I've seen people do it. Just fucking, I was so mad. I'm like, you sexist bitch. Even though he wasn't being sexist, he was just being lazy. But I was like, you sexist pig. And so then he has to get like an entire pat down or something. I don't know what the fuck his issue was. So I was standing there ready to get into the machine for like 5 extra fucking minutes. And by now, my stuff has already gone through the conveyor belt and it's just sitting there. And I was like, my phone, my passport are right there. I need to get my shit because it's just sitting there. So I finally go through. My hair goes off as usual. And the guy's like, what's in your hair? And I was like, nothing. And he was like, it's gorgeous. And I was like, thanks. And so I go, I'm like pissed off and I'm taken off guard that he said my hair was gorgeous after I was mad at him, but whatever. So I go grab my sweater, my phone, my passport, my suitcase, and I'm walking down towards my gate. And so I feel like a little convenience, like a little Hudson News stand or whatever. And I was like, I just need some water, maybe a granola bar, and I'll be fine. Because I just want to sit the fuck down. So I've been standing up, stressed as hell. I want to take this pill and I want to sit down before I get on my flight. So I go to the Hudson News and I'm like, hey, I need my wallet. And I was like, oh shit, I left my entire fucking backpack in security. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I walked back to security, of course. Walk of shame, having to walk back in there. I was like, hey, I left my backpack. But I had to sit there for like 5 more minutes because there was a guy getting his entire fucking suitcase searched in front of me, and I was like, you know what? So when I finally got up to this lady, I'm like, hey, I left my backpack, and she went and got it. And I was like, thank God nobody saw my fucking backpack because my money is in that shit, and I need that. So she brings it up, and like originally it was still in the conveyor belt, like it was fine. I could have just taken it and left, but she searched it for some reason, and I was like, I don't have time for this. But she searches it. She took my liquids out of the bag, and she's like, something spilled, and I was like, what? And then she like took my purse out, and my purse was like covered in like some liquid, and I was like, are you fucking serious? And like she takes my sketchbook out, that's like covered in something. I was like, what the what? Hello? I was so... And then she's like, yeah, it's sticky, blah blah, good luck. She gave it back to me, and I was like, oh my God, now I gotta deal with this because everything in my bag is getting wet. Because I decided, I was like, I'm just gonna leave it, I'm gonna deal with it when I get home. So I went and bought some lemonade and a granola bar. And so I like sat down to eat it, opened my bag, everything was like getting wetter, and I was like, I can't just ignore this because by the time I get home it's just gonna be soaked. Everything in my bag is gonna be soaked, and I was like, I can't. So I was sitting down at my gate too, like on the fucking floor, because I was late as hell, because of course. I went to the bathroom, I was pissed. I was literally boiling. My stomach was like, I was already sick, like in my stomach from like having to leave, and like just the amount of food that I ate the night before, and the amount of wine that I drank the night before. So I was just sick. How did I freaking forget this? On the fucking plane, to Fort Lauderdale, I had to puke in the fucking toilet because I was just so sick. I'm still sick now, but not as bad. I'm just, it was gross. So I'm like, I was dehydrated as hell as well, just in case that didn't add, you know, just in case you needed to know how miserable I was. I was dehydrated, hungry as shit because I had puked on the plane. That's why you get an aisle seat, so you can get up and puke when you need to. So I went to the bathroom in the airport to go and like rinse off every single thing in my fucking liquids baggie. So it was a crowded ass bathroom. There were like 6 sinks, and I was like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I'm being inconvenient to anybody else. I just need to get like, I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I look stupid as shit, but who's gonna see me again? None of you. So I go up to a sink and I take out the bag, and it's just like dripping. And I was like, what is this? I look inside, it's like a little travel bottle of shampoo. The whole thing is empty. So my entire, almost full bottle of shampoo has emptied itself into my liquids bag and into my backpack. And it was sticky. It smelled really good, but it was sticky. And so I just took out my nail. I took everything out of my bag, rinsed it under the automatic sink. It wasn't a good rinsing, but I was like, you know what? I'm just desperate I'm just desperate. So I'm rinsing every single article. Everyone's looking at me in the fucking bathroom. I was like, I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm just rinsing everything. My hand was super fucking sticky. Let it sit there to dry for a second. Literally went like this to dry some of them off. I took the baggie and the empty shampoo thing, threw it away. I was like, I can't, this bag is useless, because if I put it back in my bag, it's just gonna ruin everything again. I took all my liquids individually, put them in my backpack. They're all wet, keep in mind, because I thought there was no paper towels. I was just hand dryers. But I go over to throw away the bag, and then I realize that there are paper towels, but everything's already in my backpack by now. So I was like, you know, my backpack is just wet. I'll deal with it when I get home. So I leave the bathroom. I go and sit down to eat my granola bar and drink some lemonade, take my pill finally. I'm fucking 2.5 hours late. And I call my mom, and I was like, Mom, I will land at 8:30. I will see you then. Got on the plane, checked my bag, because I didn't want to deal with anything. I wanted to get off the plane and fucking leave the minute I got off. I did not want to have to get my fucking bag out of the, oh my God, I was just so upset. And I got Chicago, got my bag, went outside, waited for my mom for like 20 minutes in the blistering heat in my sweater, but that's my fault for wearing a fucking sweater in June. Got in the car, Mom drove me home. Got the day off of work the next day. That's why I'm making this video, and it all worked out. But moral of the story, print your boarding pass on your computer. So, thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.